Hey guys, so what's up? It's Faith. Yeah. So today I'm gonna be doing a story time for you guys. This story is kind of weird. Actually, it's really weird, but I'm gonna share it with you guys anyway because I think it's really hilarious and it's really weird, and I don't know. I feel like no one probably has had something happen to them exactly like this, but I feel like some people can relate with this.
And look, I got my nails done for prom, and got my braces off for prom, and it was really fun, and school just ended, and my friends and I, we made this little Google Docs, and we put together all these pictures of memories and stuff, and it was just so fun. Look at us. Oh my gosh. Look at this picture of us from 10th grade. And this is from 9th grade. See, there's me right there. Look at that. And all of us stayed together. Besides, there's two people in this picture who we all don't talk to anymore. But that's the story that I probably won't ever get into. Yeah, but we're all fine now. I made up with those people, but in high school people drift off. So if you want an advice video for high school, I'll give you a video on that. Actually, I'm just gonna do that video just because. But yeah, so this intro's getting long, so I'm just gonna start off with the video.
Grab some popcorn, some drinks, because this is gonna get interesting. Okay, so it started off last summer, so summer that just passed, 2015 summer 2015. I was volunteering at this very prominent hospital company, and my mom works for them, so that's how I got the volunteer job. My mom worked in the building because my mom, she has a really high ranking there, so okay. Oh, and if you hear something, I just have my little what's this called, defibrillator or something like that. I have an AC thingy. I have central AC, but I have this AC thingy running right here because it filters out impurities in the air because I have really bad allergies. So that's just running if you hear a thing in the background. Okay, so I was volunteering, and my mom, her office was across the street from the building I was volunteering at. So my sister and I have a twin sister, so we were both volunteering. So we were just okay, let's just walk over to my mom's building after our shift ends. So 3 o'clock came, and we were walking, and my sister, she was having fun. She had her little music on her phone, and she was dancing to her music or whatever. And then we were about to cross the street, and there was 2 people trying to sell us stuff, and we were no, whatever. And then all of a sudden, this older guy, he was I'm 5'8", my sister's 5'3". He was around my sister's height, and I was taller than him, so he had to be 5'5" about. And he was a short white guy. He was balding in the middle of his head, and he tried to stop us, and I was in the middle of the street, so I was I thought he was gonna ask me for directions. So this is where the story starts. I thought he was gonna ask me for directions, but we were in the middle of the street, so I was come, ask me where you want to go, because the neighborhood's kind of confusing. So I was come, you could come over here with me, and I'll help you out, whatever. This guy was and he had a British accent too, so he was true story, he had a British accent and everything. Accent. He had a British accent. Okay. So he was I'm gonna do accent. He was excuse me, miss, I was just wondering, I saw your friend walking down the street, and I saw her dancing, and I was oh my gosh, she's such an awesome dancer. And then I looked to the side, and I saw you, and I just had to go talk to you. And I was oh, thanks. But in my head, I was thank you. But in my head, I was just all these times I was hoping a British man would talk to me, and it's someone that's shorter than me, balding in the middle of his head, and could be my dad. What? And then he kept talking and talking, and then he caught my attention. He kept talking, and I was basically just zoning him out, just be okay. And then he was it was kind of degrading, because he was he had me there for 5 minutes, and my sister was just standing there what the heck. And he was just I saw you standing there, and I'm a man, and as a man I go for what I want, and what I want is you. And then I was what? And then he was what else did he say? He was and he kept going this, I love your body, I love your body, I love your body. Well, he's basically, I love your body. And then I was just okay, thank you. But I'm one of those people where if I'm in shock, obviously if this was in it was dark and there was no one around, I would have dashed out of there so quick. Like, I wouldn't stop, I would just run. But there was a bunch of cars passing by. It was 2, 3 o'clock. There was tons of people out, and literally people were stopping their cars to listen because this guy was just so ridiculous. Like, people were literally stopping their cars. I looked, and this guy was literally sitting there in his car, and he was staring at us, and he was laughing because he was just like, this dude is so ridiculous. Like, he was like, I heard this guy, he was like, this guy has no shot. And then I was just thinking to myself, I was like, facts, like, he's old. But I just let him talk. And then literally I had my sunglasses on when he stopped me. I was like this. Ooh, put this on. Okay, and then he stopped me, and I was in shock. So I was just like this. I was like, let me get to the worst part. Okay, the worst part was he kept talking, and then he was like, the worst part, which had me stop and think for a minute, was when he was like, oh, I was just wondering if I could possibly get your number and take advantage of you. What? No. That was the last straw. I was in such shock when he said that. I was just like, my sister had to intervene because I didn't know what to say, and she was like, you know, she's not underage, she's 17, right? Because at the time I was 17. She was like, you know, she's 17, right? And then he was like, what? She's not 17. Oh, you're lying to me. Da-da-da. And then I was like, no, I'm 17. And then he was like, oh, well, you know, the law doesn't have to know. What? I don't know what, how, and when guys like to talk to girls, especially girls that are like way, way, way younger than you in like Europe and stuff. Like, I heard that European men tend to be more forward, but that was way too forward. Like, I've had people come up to me, but he was freaking stalker. Because first, let me lay this down, let me break this down, because I thought about once I got home after this. I was like, first of all, he had a destination, and he stopped his car. He parked in an area where he did not know where he was. He told me he didn't know where he was. He parked his car in a neighborhood where he didn't know where he was. It wasn't a dangerous neighborhood, it was a very nice neighborhood, a rich area, but that's beside the point. He stopped in an area where he didn't know to talk to somebody that he didn't know, confessed that he stopped in an area he didn't know to talk to this person, complimented them, which I have no problem with, but then you go ahead and ask to have sex with them. Is that okay? Men out there, men, if you're watching this, would you ever do that? Please let the answer be no, because that was not okay. I was just like, okay, I think it's time to go now. I was like, I'm gonna go. It's time to leave. And it was just so ridiculous. Like, I never thought anybody in their right mind would think that's okay to say to another human being. And just to clear things up, I was just so professionally, because it was my mom's job, as I said before, that I was volunteering at. I was working with a bunch of other doctors. Okay, let me show you what I was wearing. Let me describe it first. I was wearing a dress that went down to my knees. It was a 50s style dress, so it fit closer on the top and then it flared out. But it wasn't close fitting, wasn't a stretchy material. I gained a little bit of weight this winter, and I'm trying to lose it, but at the time my waist was smaller. I had a smaller waist. I was still thick, but I had a smaller waist, and then I naturally have bigger breasts and a slightly bigger butt. Like, I'm not crazy with a butt like some black girls have, or some girls have on Instagram or something, but I am shapely. And it was sleeveless, but I was wearing a long sleeved cardigan on, and I had some boots, but the boots were like 2-inch boots or whatever, and not like boots, it was like ankle boots, But let me show you what I was wearing. Hold on. I am back with what I was wearing. Okay. I remember what I was wearing because it was like my favorite outfit.
So I was wearing this, and it's a scoop neck. See, it's a scoop neck. It literally fits up to here. Like, there's no cleavage showing. And it's a long blue and white dress. It cinches in at the waist or whatever. Well, technically, because my waist is cinched. So it's a blue and white dress. It's long, as you can see. It's not short. It literally fits right at my knee. Like, because I'm tall, it's supposed to be below me, but because I'm 5'8", it fits right at my knee. Because my mom is so particular about that. Like, if it's somewhere important, somewhere professional, it has to be at my knee. That's her one rule, and I abide by her rules because my mom is a little scary. But still fun, but sometimes she can be scary. So I had this dress on. I had a cardigan on, not because I was cold, but because, again, I was trying to be respectful, and I didn't want my arms to be out. So I had a cardigan on. See, it's a 3/4 sleeve cardigan. I had a cardigan on, and I had these sensibly heeled boots. It's a little dirty right now, but I had these boots on because it's blue and it matches the dress. And see, look at these heels. They're not super tall. So again, I'm 5'8", so I had to be... How long are these? Let me whip out this ruler real quick. Ruler. Are you freaking kidding me? I was freaking 5'10" that day. That guy came up to here.
Like, I'm really upset at myself that I didn't stand up for myself and I kind of just let him talk to me like that. And I just walked away when he was done. Because I literally thought I was on, like, a prank TV show. Like, I was like, okay, where's MTV out here? Like, they're doing a locals prank thing. They're bringing pranked back or something like that. I was like, okay, I'm on TV. Where's the cameras at? Where's the cameras at? But there were no cameras. This was an actual person, a regular person. And if you ever encounter someone like that, just stand up for yourself. Like, tell them it's not okay to talk to you like that. They're making you feel uncomfortable, and just walk away from the situation before it gets any worse. Just stick up for yourself. Don't let people talk to you like that. If you feel uncomfortable, walk away. I'm grateful that my sister was there with me and she was able to stand up for me. And yeah, so that was probably one of the weirdest. I have a second weird story about when I was followed, and that time I was alone, but I stuck up for myself that time. Yeah, but I'll tell that story another time. But this video is getting kind of long, so if you really like this video, make sure to thumbs it up. I would love to see what you guys have to say in the comments. If you have any other weird stories of when you were hit on or whatever, I would love to read it down below. And yeah, and just remember, everybody, to please be safe, and if you feel uncomfortable, then walk away if you can. Try to call somebody if you can, and try not to be alone if it's possible. Like, make sure there's someone that you trust always with you at all times. And yeah, and walk in daylight where there's cars around, because I feel like that helped me. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's Faith. I am Faith, and I'll come back at you guys with another video. Okay, bye. Mwah.